Hi, I'm Tim Dolly,
And I'm Melissa Guerra. Welcome
and
to
this is one.
Wine. Just do it. Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Tim Dolly. Okay. Hi, I'm Tim Dolly.
And I'm Melissa Guerra. Welcome to Wine
Wine and
and
Design.
Design. We've decided that we need to, this horrible home in the time of coronavirus, that we need to bring a little cheer to the home environment and talk about ways you can uplift your home, uplift your life, maybe get some laughs, maybe have some fun, maybe get some ideas, and of course, do it with wine in hand because that just makes everything better.
I'm pretty sure wine is the only thing getting us all through. So,
Well, vodka.
well, I mean vodka too. I only did wine just because it's called Wine and Design, but I really, I like liquor.
Vodka and design didn't have the same ring to it as wine and design.
No, it doesn't.
No. So while I was putting my head in the sand yesterday with where things are in the world, my husband and I were doing a lot of yard work. We did actually have out an axe, but not like in The Shining. So I was a little worried for a second when Noe did ask me where the axe was. I'm not going to lie.
Or Mommy Dearest, for that matter.
Christina!
Christopher! Damn it.
But we were doing yard work. And it was actually really relaxing and satisfying actually to chop some stuff down, to pull some weeds out, get some aggression, dig out some plants. And I started thinking, well, part of the area that we were clearing out is where we're going to plant a vegetable and herb garden. And that's just something that I think people might want to think about these days because obviously, hopefully, the corona thing will be over, please God, in a couple of weeks. But it did make us all think about the food supply, and maybe it'd be nice just to be able to walk out back and grab some lettuce and grab some peppers and grab some tomatoes.
Yeah, totally agree. When even people go into the grocery stores now, I talked to my dad earlier today. He lives in East Texas, and essentially like some of their favorite stores they typically go to, hometown grocers and things like that, like they're out of everything. I mean, like which is terrifying in a lot of ways, but it's also just because of supply chain issues. So it's really nice if you say, hey, you don't have basil at the grocery store. Well, I actually have it in the backyard, which is a really cool thing.
Right. And I live in Florida, so obviously we can grow stuff year round. But I've got a dear friend in Wisconsin, shout out to Shelly. Hey, Shelly.
Hey, Shelly.
Who does hydroponic gardening. So she can do it totally all year round. Whether it is 20 below or 20 above for their winter high.
Probably below.
Well, and she was saying too that with the hydroponic gardening, like you can use it takes a third less of the romaine or something, so you can really grow a whole lot of different lettuce off of a very small garden, and that you don't necessarily need to use the seeds that are just sold with it. As long as they're called dwarf seeds, you could grow peppers, all kinds of different things. So that's a great idea for people who live in colder climates or who, like you, live in a high rise or mid rise that doesn't necessarily have yard space.
Yeah, but I can easily, plant some basil or some rosemary, etc., and just go to my patio and, pick it up for dinner.
Grab some lettuce, eat some, we can pretend to eat healthy. And, in this time, we have all been stress eating, right? It's bad right now. So in Florida, we're all comparing it to the hurricanes, we're all stress eating because there's a hurricane bearing down on you. But it's actually so much better because we have electricity, but it's also so much worse because then you can make whatever you want to in the kitchen, and it's been really bad.
So I put on clothes for this today, and I went in my closet.
I appreciate it.
I went in my closet and put this shirt on, and I was like, oh, God. I haven't had to wear real pants in a while. I probably need to stop eating so many cookies.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll put on something that buttons just so you know how it's doing.
That being said, we're only filming from the neck up today.
Oh yeah, probably from now on. Probably just from now on. It's only going to be from the neck up. No one needs to see that.
The rest of our lives.
Yeah. If the quarantine lasts for more than a couple of weeks, it's all going to be really, really bad.
I don't want it. I don't want it to.
Well, so other things that while you're stuck in the house, and even if you're stuck in the house with your spouse, oh, rhyming now, but that, yeah, I mean, we all are, right? If you're married,
Yeah.
you're stuck in the house with your spouse. Um, is to kind of make a list of maybe things that y'all would want to accomplish together, as far as either projects around the house, maybe do some spring cleaning. Now is a really great time to take inventory of what is in your house, what you like, what you don't like, what brings you joy, what doesn't bring you joy, and go through and start sorting these items. So you can really, once this is all over, get your home to where it's something that you really, truly, truly enjoy being in, something that you're really, truly proud of.
Well, what I think what's been on my mind lately, and I hate the circumstances surrounding it, but I have been like in the back of my mind, like, good God, I wish I had a break. I wish I had a break. I wish I had time to catch up on all these things I need to catch up on. And then here we are, and there's a lot of horrible things that are happening to people outside of that. But if we are going to be in a situation where we have to be at home, you might as well knock those things off the back of your list and just get those, just clear the plate. Get all those like long-term things out of the back of your mind so you can focus on the positive things that are coming in the weeks to come.
Right. We can't control any of that. We can only control our own little environment right now. So we might as well work to make that as nice as possible.
I totally agree.
And I find when I'm stressed that having clutter, having chaos makes it so much worse. But when you can actually get things in order, if the whole world is chaos, but you can order your own world, maybe that's just a Virgo in me.
No, I mean, I think there's, partially. But I think there's something to be said about that, though, honey. I really do. I think there's something to be said about getting all your ducks in a row and, cleaning out the clutter in your house and the negative energy and the crap surrounding you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So I think it's great if you come up with a list of things that you want to do, or even things that maybe like you have interest with your, something that your partner's interested in, but maybe that you haven't always been interested in, maybe coming up with activities that you guys can do together to try and, keep it interesting, not get boring, not want to kill each other while you're all stuck in a small space for a long time, or even a big space. I mean, it's hard to be stuck somewhere with one person or kids or anybody without any break for long periods of time.
Well, one thing that you bring up too, which I think people, I honestly haven't thought too much about it, even though, I mean, I can walk outside of my, condo here and just walk down the street, even though we're supposed to stay inside right now. But I mean, it's actually the perfect time of year to start using your patio space and to start going outside, at least in the South, to start going outside and actually enjoying, the outdoors. Even if you can't do it with your friends or your neighbors, you can at least do it yourself and go out with your husband, and plant some stuff, find something to do with yourself.
Right, absolutely. And I found, doing anything like, if you do have a yard, it was really satisfying to get out there and dig stuff up and chop stuff down and move stuff around. I mean, it was pretty, exactly. Work out those aggressions on some poor plants.
Those poor dead plants. Well, so Zach and I've talked a lot about like kind of upgrading our patio space and kind of making it more livable, because right now it's sad. We have a bistro table and 2 chairs. I mean, like, we never go outside. And I think that's also, if you are stuck in a mid-rise or a high-rise, like upgrading your patio a little bit. We were looking at IKEA of all places, but they have these little, basically little teak outdoor pavers that all connect together, and you can kind of create.
They're fantastic. They are fantastic.
That's what we want to do. We want to do that and combine it with some faux, like, some faux grass, and just make it like a fun, kind of happy place. Because right now it's just ugly painted concrete. It's just not fun to be there.
Right, and those teak patio pavers from IKEA are amazing. They're really good price. They really like make a small space like that look like something really special. They really just add a nice little touch to it, and it doesn't break the bank to do it.
Yeah, and it gets you out of the house, or at least in fresh air, if nothing else.
Right, you can order it online since we can't leave the house right now.
Yeah, ship it, please.
Oh my God, I've never spent more on Amazon in my entire life.
Oh yeah. Well, Zach was on the computer yesterday, like shopping forever, and I'm like, stop, stop.
I know. I bought a new vacuum. I just bought some air filters. I'm like, okay, let's just keep all the stuff coming in. And Noe's like, I can run to Home Depot. I'm like, no, you can't run to Home Depot. We'll just order them online.
I don't want to. Uh, what else were we, I wanted to also talk just briefly to go back to plants for a minute, but this is something that you mentioned whenever we talked about this before. We kind of talk about our agenda before we actually meet.
It might not seem like it, but we do.
But one thing I wanted to talk about too, just for interiors, is also, we're talking about going outside and, doing yard work and bringing plants outside and, bringing in herb gardens. Also, plants inside can be an amazing complement to your interior, just to make you feel a little less stressed, to bring in some fresh oxygen to your house. And you know what I mean?
Oh, they're a fantastic way. And you have that dead corner you don't know what to do with, put in a plant. And y'all, real plants, please, please, let's not do silk plants. We're not suggesting those. Please, please let them die.
I mean,
put them on top of a cabinet. Do not put them in shelves. Do not, please, get some real plants. It's not that hard to keep them alive. You just put a reminder on your phone just to water them. Like, it's not that hard. Please, I'm begging you people, get rid of the silk plants.
There are some of us though who have black thumbs and who can't keep plants alive.
Just, you know what? So my friends Jimmy and Paul have this phenomenal outdoor bar, right? And they have orchids upon orchids upon orchids out there that are just gorgeous. And the way they keep them alive is whatever ice cubes that make it into the drink glasses, make it into the orchids.
I mean, that's actually a really good idea.
It's a way to keep your plants alive.
That, kind of half empty wine glass from last night, something.
I don't know that you can water your plants with alcohol.
I mean, you could try.
So maybe Tim needs a silk plant if he's pouring vodka on it.
I need some real plants, but also, with pets too, there's a lot more involved with that too, as you well know. Like, some plants you can't bring inside just because they're dangerous.
Well, especially if, cats like to eat some of that stuff. Dogs don't so much care to eat plants the way cats do.
But Zach bought me roses, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I had them on the counter in the kitchen, and our cat, Sammy, kept jumping up on the counter and literally eating rose petals. It wasn't cute.
Sammy's always been a little special, though.
He's special.
He's adorable, but he's special.
He's special. We love him, but he's special.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, so those are some easy ways to get your home looking and feeling better. Some plants. And another great idea, actually, just to make your background nicer and to be calming, is just to play with kind of some classical music in the background, because it really can slow everything down. It just makes you take stock of it, just it fades away, and it's pretty calming. So I just think right now when everybody's so stressed, just think about ways to calm things, and plants are a really good way to do that as well. They just add a nice little touch, and they do add oxygen and add health to your space.
Totally agree. One other stuff we wanted to talk about too was kind of about so exterior activities, but some things to do as you're stuck inside. We talked about spring cleaning a little bit, talked about organizing, but also from an interior designer's view, also kind of looking at your space and maybe sort of rethinking about how to repurpose and or move or rearrange things without necessarily adding anything to it if you don't want to, but sometimes it takes somebody else's eye to help you understand oh, maybe that art would work better over here, or maybe, this would work better here. And I think that's actually important right now for the interior design community too, to have people, we can still work for you. It may be, via FaceTime or whatever, but, if you need help, by all means, we're still here for you. We can still find, creative ways to help.
Absolutely. If you're sitting at home going, I can't look at this anymore, we can absolutely do it through FaceTime, through Skype, through a million different ways, and walk us around the space and can give you different ideas. Maybe just putting the sofa in a different place will give your living room a whole new life. Maybe moving some accessories from one room to another will really just take the space to another level. There's a lot of different easy ways you can do just to make your space feel different.
Well, decluttering, an old bookcase, and Zach loves to alphabetize everything. So alphabetizing your books or doing them by color, however you feel comfortable. But it helps you feel a little more organized just in your life in general.
I do them by color and category. Is that the Virgo in me again?
Probably. If it was me, like, thank God Zach's organized like that. If it was me, it would probably be by color.
I
Would
do it
never
by
find
both. Like, I
anything.
can't do it by alphabet, no, because I don't even know what it's called anyway. But like I have like the design book shelf, the cookbook shelf, the fiction shelf, and maybe people actually start reading again because there'll be nothing else to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite there yet, but
No, me either. No, me either. It's only what, week 2? It's not that bad yet.
ask me again by the end of April.
Oh God, if we're all still under quarantine by the end of April.
I mean, if that's the case, I'm going to eat all the cookies and just not care.
All right, if I don't have to see anybody, if a tree falls in the woods, right? I mean, like,
Yeah. Who ate all the chips? I don't know. Melissa, maybe? I don't know.
well, right, no one's around to see us. So if we gain 20 pounds, like, who cares? Who's going to see me?
True. And
And
for
can we
everybody,
talk
for everybody
about-
watching, it's all just up here anyway.
It is clearly straight men who've decided that hair salons and nail salons are non-essential. Like, wait till they start seeing what people really look like when we come out of quarantine. If you can't get your hair done or get a wax or get your nails done.
Oh yeah, this is like getting like Buffon level. Like I'm feeling a little bit like Sally Field and Steel Magnolias. It does look like a brown football helmet.
Kinda, yeah, getting there. Give it another week or 2.
When we canceled our haircut, like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or so, we had some other stuff going on. And if we had been able to go back and actually change that, like, I wish we had.
One of my clients, Catherine, God love you, Catherine. She called me like Friday. She goes, hey, I heard everything's getting put on lockdown. I'm at the hair salon. I made him fit me in today. I'm like, you're smart. You're very smart that you thought ahead on that.
Instead, people have already like cleaned out Costco, and then I'm finally like, well, I probably need to go and grab some things, and there's like nothing left.
Oh no, there's nothing left. There's nothing left. So that's why we need to start growing our own herbs and vegetables.
Yeah, yes, and whatever else we can actually repurpose. Well, you brought up something else. It was really helpful too for people who are maybe running low on supplies, or don't have enough supplies, or want to make them last as long as possible. You guys always use paper, fabric napkins or cloth napkins.
We started to since this thing has kicked in. Like, we always have cloth napkins. We bring them out. We had company or dinner parties, pretend like we're fancy, we're just us around the house. It was, probably paper towels. But since we're short on paper towels and can't seem to get any, we're just breaking out the cloth napkins. And it actually makes dinner and lunch like it's a nicer event. You really can set a nice table, really make it feel like you're doing something, have an activity more than just, oh, here, it's time to eat again. Let's just rush through it, since, now we're at home and we have some time to take care of these things. Better for the environment, it's better for all the, that we can't get these things right now. So it really has been a very nice change on that.
Well, we've even, for paper towels, we already have the ones that are kind of, narrow. We've also been tearing those in half just to try to conserve. We normally wouldn't. And we're probably not going to run out of paper towels, but it's still just to conserve. Try to conserve as much as you possibly can in creative ways.
Well, and maybe that'll be the upside on this, because, we got to find silver linings when one day, please God, this is over. Maybe it will teach us all to conserve a little bit better, because we need to for, many, many, many reasons. But, maybe people will think about using the single-use stuff a little less, and, making some more sustainable choices.
Yeah. Instead of just, I don't know, using like, and I'm guilty of this myself, but, just like pulling just, sheets off of the paper towel holder to like clean the spill on the floor. When a towel could easily have done.
Oh, we all are. We all are. We all sit there and grab stuff and don't think about it.
Yeah.
We're pretty spoiled here. I mean, I think that's part of the change for everybody. It's just, we're all so used to in America being able to, I need this, I can get this without any thought, concern, consideration usually, and now that's not the case.
What? This is, I mean, not to go dark or anything, but this is something I've thought about.
So it's going to happen.
No, it's going to go dark. No, but so one of the things I was talking about with Zach is it's kind of like we're seeing behind the curtain a little bit.
Right.
And like, we're not supposed to see these things happening, and we're not supposed to have, supplies run low. And I think it's just something that we're not used to seeing, because we don't have to worry about those things. That's the great thing about living in the States. Like, we never have to worry about that. And then when you have to start worrying about it, you're like, oh my God, I take so many things for granted.
Right, right. So I think maybe let's end today by talking about, gratitude for that. And, in these really stressful times, I think if we can find what we have and what we can be grateful for and keep that in our minds as we move forward, I think it might, just anything to try and stay positive in these days and weeks ahead, to hopefully make things feel a little bit better.
Yeah, totally agree. Some things that I guess some things that I've been working on here is again, it's just organizing, decluttering, getting rid of stuff I don't need, trying to just organize my life a little bit more, like you said. I mean, that's kind of what we're using this time for. A lot of like, just connection time, like where we sit on the sofa and watch movies together, and just kind of getting to that place where you're, I don't know, appreciating the things in life that you take for granted. And
right.
Here we are. I'm here with you too, which makes me happy.
And and this is really fun, y'all. Like to get your BFF on FaceTime, where you can chat with them face to face and actually see some friends, in a different way. Have a glass of wine with them in a different way. Absolutely. I mean, we just have to think about the temporary, hopefully new normal, and how to get through it all. But we will get through it. I mean, everybody is hopefully really resilient here, and we will get through this, and hopefully get on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, agreed. You guys hang in there. We're hanging in there together. Hopefully you all have plenty of booze. Hopefully you have plenty of food. What do you think next time we get together? Do you want to talk about some recipes and stuff?
I think that would be fun. Yeah, we can talk about quarantinis.
Yes, quarantinis. God knows we've had plenty of those.
Yeah, I think, hey, next show, let's talk about how, different recipes, different ways to spruce up your kitchen in the interim to make your, there's little simple ways that you can do to make your kitchen feel more sunny and bright. We can talk about some of those on the next time.
Okay, fabulous.
Perfect.
For people watching at home, please, any comments you want to leave for us about future topics, like we're all ears. This is new for us, but we want to keep it going. So hopefully you're enjoying this, because we are.
We're not going to say any comment.
Yeah, can we get a comment, please? Any comment? Thanks.
No, but this is really fun for us, and I hope anybody watches it has some fun too. So our background beginning, I'm Melissa Guerra. Which we did say, but I run NXT Studio with my husband. We're an architecture and interior design firm out of Palm Beach, Florida.
And I'm Tim Dolly with Tim Dolly Interiors in Dallas, Texas. And Mel and I've been friends for a long time, and so we're gonna get together regardless. Come what quarantine, come what may, we're gonna hang out.
Exactly. Well, here, cheers to good friends.
Cheers, honey.
Design topics, and we look forward to seeing you guys next time.
See you guys next time.
Cheers.